Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison, and once again, I'd like to welcome you back to the end of the Spirit Temple, here in Ocarina of Time 3D. In the last episode, we more or less finished the adult portion of this dungeon, having towed off against the Iron Knuckle, formerly known as Nabooru, who, as it turns out, has been mysteriously brainwashed by the Twin Rova sisters at Ganondorf's beck and call, and she actually was probably one of the easiest enemies we've faced yet. The Biggoron sword certainly made sure of that, but we still have to take on the witches, so let's go hookshot up here, because unfortunately, doing it on the titties just simply will not do. And we can make our way back through this incredibly ornate door and find ourselves with probably one of the more intriguing but straightforward bosses of the game. Oh, but we also have this nice little hallway too. Good aura farming, some V-bays are being set here, but let's go make our way up to the platform and have a lip sync Lollapalooza for our lives. Oh boy. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the Sorceress Sisters up here, and these guys are actually not that bad, but it is a little luck dependent, and what you have to do is use the Mirror Shield and hit the opposing sister with the element that they are weak against. You can actually influence this a lot using the hook shot and keeping them sort of in place so that the other one can finish moving around and getting into a better position, but usually they'll end up wanting to get in on the lip sync for themselves. So be on the lookout for that, and maybe not overuse it like I am, because more often than not, yeah, they will be in the complete wrong spot for us to really be able to utilize it, so I'll try not to be too trigger happy about it, but I just love seeing them like rotate in place, and it is usually a good idea to just try to get them to bait out each other's attacks, but it doesn't matter which, which sister gets hit, so long as 4 hits are eventually made. But I have found that going for the sister that just attacked and keep on letting her attack is what gets her to do it a little faster, but that might just be weird luck here. So yeah, thank you, ma'am. I will go ahead and deflect this right back at your twin. And we'll do it one more time. Maybe I'll be nice and give, you know, the other some time in the sun. But then again, she might get a little upset about that. We'll just see what happens. Oh, and they're both right next to each other? Okay. That's weird. That doesn't happen often. But with that, the sisters have been defeated, right? Oh, no. Not the double dynamite attack and the sexy wink, anything but that. This is Twin Rova, the combined form, and essentially the same tactic applies, but what you want to do is hold on to the magic energy in your mirror shield of the same element. You need to get 3 of them in a row in order to deflect them back at her, and you can also use the hook shot to get her to usually do the same one after as well. After you get 3, it will reflect back, and we have a chance to attack. There we go, get the jump attack in there. Ooh, and that sound. Might be doing something for me, but put away the Biggoron sword, and whatever you do, do not mix the elements. Do not cross the streams, because it will explode if you happen to be holding on ice and you get hit with fire. Her hits actually hit harder than any other boss in the game, in my opinion. Except for maybe Bongo Bongo. But thank you for the ice. Let's go and do this again. And if we time this just right, jump attack, crouch stab, jump attack. And she's done. Now for everybody's favorite voice clip of the game. And no, they're not saying my anus, I promise. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've received our final heart container, and we've completed our final main temple. Let's get out of here and see who the spirit sage is, shall we? Ooh, back to the old stomping grounds, and we have the ultimate between the leg shot to reveal that yes, coming to absolutely nobody's surprise, Naburu, who is a criminal who came out of nowhere, is all of a sudden this almighty spirit sage, and she has some choice words for us as a young man. I've become a competent swordsman. A little bit more than that, but thank you. But she admits she messed up. She takes fault for being brainwashed and violated by Ganondorf and those old witches. But yeah, it is a little funny actually, especially when you compare Naburu and her background with, say, Darunia or Princess Ruto or hell, even Impa. But at least we've got her on our side, and I can't imagine that she's really gonna do us any dirty. But yeah, she's got a bone to pick, and I am the hero of time, so instead of keeping the very uncomfortable promise that she made to us as a child, she bestows upon us the Spirit Medallion. Rauru, did you hear that? Doesn't that make you incredibly uncomfortable? But I am the hero, and all the 6 sages have been awakened. The time for the final showdown with the King of Evil has come. But first we should meet with one who is waiting for us at the Temple of Time. Well, that sounds a little suspicious, doesn't it? I'm gonna miss this song, even though we're gonna hear it probably 2 or 3 more times before the project is done. But for now, let's go and take Rauru's suggestion to heart and return to the Temple of Time, because plot's got a plot, and there is a few things for us to do, but it would be hard to avoid this until after we came back. Oh. Yeah, it's been a minute since you've shown up anywhere. How's it going, Sheik? Yeah, everyone keeps calling me that. It's news to me. But I've overcome many hardships and awakened 6 sages. My final challenge is a showdown with Ganondorf. But before that, Sheik has some exposition to dump on us. Another unknown legend of the Triforce passed down by the Shadow Folk, the Sheikah. Ooh. Well, thank you for just now telling me about that, but we already know all this. 7 years ago, Ganondorf opened the Temple of Time and entered the Sacred Realm, and his wish came true. But the Triforce was separated into 3 parts, and only he holds the Triforce of Power, whereas myself, Link, I hold the Triforce of Courage, and Zelda had the Triforce of Wisdom. So, in order to make his dream fully realized, he needs to hold all of them. Oh wait, is this where we learn that Link has this? I thought that was fairly evident. As well as this. Oh my god. Color me impressed, this reveal came out of nowhere. Who could have seen this coming? Zelda was Sheik all along, and she holds the Triforce of Wisdom. She had to meet us in disguise, but it was necessary for some reason. I mean, you couldn't have given me a heads up. But now she's going to regale us with traumatic tales of her youth. Probably in black and white. And I'm sure nothing happened in between the last time we saw each other, right? Well, of course, Link was kind of dumb enough to open the Temple of Time and grab the Master Sword and then get sealed away myself. It just all seems like a comical tragedy, if you ask me. But he became the King of Evil, and it's all an unfortunate coincidence. None of the blame can fall on Link. God forbid. So she decided to steal some valor and pass herself off as a Sheikah to wait for us to return. It's a good thing I ever did. Is that ever explained? Someone just woke up and was like, you know, we should probably take Link out of that hyperbolic time chamber. He's probably got the brain of a 9-year-old in this adult body, but you know what? He's the only thing we've got. So it's time to go fight Ganon. But we need my courage, and I need to protect Zelda as she does her part. Yeah, sounds like a whole lot of wisdom coming out of her. But she has a weapon that can penetrate the evil king's defenses, the power given to the chosen ones, the sacred light arrow. The light of justice will smite evil. Cool. Well, I'm glad we haven't even used our fire arrows yet, so it's gonna fit in nice and snugly in mint condition next to the other, soon to be others. Oh no, not the disembodied voice. I commend you for avoiding my pursuit for 7 years, but the second she lets her guard down for this dramatic reveal and she's immediately caught. So we both fell for it then, is what the game is saying. Well, apparently this mysterious voice's only mistake was to slightly underestimate my powers. Oh no. It was the power of the Triforce of Courage. Oh no. So, why didn't you also scoop up Link during all of this? If you want to rescue Zelda, come to my castle. Wait a minute, who was that? He didn't make a flashy introduction or say anything about his state of affairs, but that was a little longer than I expected. We are gonna need to go to Ganon's castle, but first and foremost, there's a few things that we're gonna finish off before doing that, which includes another mini dungeon and the collection of those final pesky Skulltulas. So I'm gonna go ahead and meet you guys back in Zora's Fountain of all places. Reason for that being is there is a new collectible that is readily available to us now that we have these fancy silver gauntlets to our name that Nabooru apparently doesn't need anymore. Also, apparently there might be something up there. Maybe I should call our friend Pierre one last time. No, we'll see him again. But back over here where we accidentally instigated the 7 Years' War against the Zoras and the Hyruleans, we can move this special rock here and go ahead and blow up this second rock that it was apparently mounted upon so that we can... Hello? What? I beg your pardon. What is that hit detection? Thank you. The jank on this is unreal. Can you tell? Please, just drop down, Link. Thank you. There is a secret little compartment here that is absolutely loaded with goods, but also, weirdly enough, invisible Skulltulas. There are far too many of them to really be concerned with why they got there, but I think, yeah, there's just the 4 of them. And Dunzo, get me out of here. Let us skedaddle through this as quickly as possible, because clearly I'm hitting the struggle bus. And one more for good measure. Yeah, their garden, their sweet little baby sister, so honestly, I'm not surprised that they were lined up there, but that makes 98 Skulltulas, which is a little bothersome because, for obvious reasons, ouch, we're missing one. The last one is supposed to be in front of Ganon's castle, and should we go and do that right now? It probably would be easier if I just teleported there, because we got to go back to Gerudo anyways, but I'm curious. I want to try this out. Let's see. Is there a secret atop of this rock here that I never noticed? How's it going, buddy? It's sad that Banuru never ended up getting much more time in the sun than being featured in the local newspaper. But apparently you can go on top of this massive rock. Oh, and find an invisible red rupee. You know, we found one of those in the fire area, like the Death Mountain crater, but maybe that's it. Perhaps this is the solidified corpse of Lord Jabu Jabu, who probably deserves it for eating all of his servants. Now I will actually go and meet you guys back in Hyrule Castletown as soon as I figure out how to get out of this freezing cold water. Oh yeah, this place sucks. Get me out of here. I know it's no different than what we see today in 2025 with people just hanging around town squares, but we had never explored the area surrounding Hyrule Castle as an adult until today. Link is absolutely flabbergasted at the absolute beauty of Ganon's castle. Aside from the fact that he is a raging fascist and the worst villain of all time, non-derogatory, this is a very incredible castle, and I love the way it looks. This shot is so good, so cinematic. Oh, it's incredible. I adore the style of this castle. It's very gothic and very imposing, so they did an excellent job with that, especially in the remake version, which I should mention is also equally as cool in the N64 one. But let's go ahead and grab you right here. And I am gonna go ahead and meet you guys probably in Gerudo Valley, because now that all of those fabulous carpenters have returned to work and the economic standoff is no more, there's one new thing that we can do before moving back on to the Gerudo training grounds. But first, we also need that last Skulltula. I am going to miss the ever-living hell out of this song, but the bridge has been repaired, and it's all thanks to those incredible carpenters who realize that they are worth more than the skin they show on late night television. So let's go and speak to the head carpenter and see what he has to say about this whole ordeal. Hey, I heard you save my men. When they returned, we built this bridge. Look at it, isn't it a fine bridge? They may be wimpy carpenters, but once they all got together, they got the job done. All right, well, we have a certified homophobe over here, I fear. But let's step back inside and see how everyone's spirits are doing. They seem to be acting quite jovial. Wow, the old witches, the gang of thieves isn't all that scary. I don't think they're on the same team, but Sure. Thank you. Like I suspected Naburu was brainwashed. Wait, you guys are on a first name basis with her? Alright, well apparently everybody knows the lore of Hyrule. Thank you so much. But the person I am more interested in speaking with is the Running Man. He's the wanderer and he's run all over this land in search of true competitive spirit. He's beaten all of his challengers, man and beast, and because I appear athletic, might look like I have a true killer instinct too, you don't say. So now that the Gerudo Valley Bridge is complete, he's looking for another challenger, and the best time to get from here to the bridge in the Lost Woods was 2 minutes and 38 seconds. That is his personal record, so let's challenge it. I'm pretty sure I can beat it, but he's cocky enough to give us a head start, so little does he know I have the power of Epona on my side, and you can absolutely cheat the ever-living hell out of this. Just watch out for these stairs, because sometimes Epona simply does not agree with them. Also, this little spot right here, just gotta thread the needle on this board, and then you're set. So yeah, essentially all we have to do is get back to the Lost Woods as quickly as possible, and this works out really nicely for us because it's where the final Golden Skulltula that I'm missing is, and this is an episode that has been out for a little while where nobody has mentioned it, but I was very much distracted by the likes of the most incredible Deku Scrub nutting all over his Deku Baba friend, so I guess it would stand to reason that I would have gotten very distracted by that, and I also wanted to see our cow, and also maybe pay attention to my carrots. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's like the second time I've done that in this series, which is insane. But sometimes when you're yapping, you just don't look at the bottom screen where those carrots are. So we'll go make our way over here. I think 108 is my best time, but we already easily cleared that, so let's go and drop on down and find ourselves here on the bridge. We smoked his time, and are you? Oh shit, wait, hold on, damn it. Oh man. My time was 108, but he beat me by just 1 second. No, sir. I absolutely detest that. So even if you cheated, and you teleported here, or you spawned in, he would always beat you by 1 second, and he doesn't give you anything. He just laughs in your face and then jogs off. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Well, that is a damn shame if I do say so myself, but at least we get to see this incredible place with the bisexual lighting. Oh, it's so good. Even though I am going to have to play the sun song. I will show where that one magic bean got planted over here, because I did it off screen just to get it out of my inventory. But it's just right over here. It takes you to this little nook. Maybe you take a nice little look around the village here. Yeah, the Skulltula is on top of the twin house over there, but this is kind of nifty. I've never taken this before. I don't know why. Oh, Saria's house. That's interesting. Oh no, it's... Huh? Where are you taking me? I guess we're getting the full razzle-dazzle deal here. The scenic route of all of Kokiri. Huh. This very well could be the longest lasting ride of our lives. You know what? Can I do this? Can I just play it here? I think I've had enough bisexual situations for right now. I mean, the way that Running Man was looking at me was a little suspect, but I don't mind. So let's go make our way back over here. Of course, all of the evil has been dispersed from this place, so I'm not too worried about that. But we're gonna go and make our way back over here, and this is going to grant us our 100th and final Golden Skulltula. And just to make sure that I'm not forgetting one, thank you. Thank you so much. There it is. Mr. Cruz, you gotta make sure to edit the bottom screen on this one, because it is a little annoying having to mask and blur out the top screen and all that stuff. I've been cutting corners as of late in terms of editing, but that's all right. It's not really that much interesting. So I will go ahead and meet you guys back in the House of Skulltula. After becoming the self-proclaimed killer of all things golden and spidery, the curse has been broken and everybody is doing a happy-ass jig. There is one certain individual that has been holding on to a reward for a very long time at this point. One that I've been holding off on collecting for the entirety of the game because it is the dreaded Shard of Agony, a unique crystal that resonates when brought near something secret or hidden. If you ask me, the Stone of Agony was far superior to this because it wasn't visually on the screen when it showed you where something was, and that bothered the hell out of me when I tried to, you know, record with it on. But we go and talk to the main patriarch. Since you've destroyed 100 spiders of the curse, it has been broken. Thank you. Here's a token of my appreciation. We've got a huge rupee. Wow. Do you have anything else? Anything better? Yeah, try not to get cursed again, please. I would certainly hope not. But as it turns out, if you take the reward and go back in and you speak to the main man himself one more time, he is on repeat and he gives us infinite huge rupees. Yeah, it's incredible that that is the most gracious gift that could have thought to give us at the very end of the game when A, there's nothing left for us to purchase, and B, we literally have been overstocked on rupees for the last 28 episodes. So I thank you, I guess. Bragging rights. It would have been cool if I could have had like a sash or a unique tunic or something, you know? Like maybe even a Skulltula watch. I don't freaking know. But golden rupees for days. Apparently this is literally the fall of the House of Usher, just if things didn't go terribly wrong. So, you see that? Yeah, that's where the health should be, but it's just gonna let us know there's a secret grotto there and we'll be able to pick it up any damn time we please. Personally, I'm not a huge fan, but hey, what else is new? Whew, God, this is gonna suck to edit, but once again, before we head off to Ganon's castle to save Princess Zelda, there is one last order of business to do back in Gerudo Valley. I'll see you guys there in just a moment. Alright, you got me. I did just really want to hear that song one more time, but there is some unfinished business to do with the Gerudo women, and of course, we could have started this a little sooner. I just opted to wait until after we got the silver gauntlets and took care of all the story-related shenanigans so that we could actually divert our focus more fully onto the Gerudo training grounds. So we're back at the fortress. Hopefully the ladies have not forgotten what I looked like, even though I can't think of a whole lot of men they see coming around here that they haven't already murdered, but that is a-okay. We already opened the way to this once, but she closed it, and she's going to recharge us to get back in. One try for 10 rupees? Sure, why not? Oh, I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, next time in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, we raw dog Gerudo Training Grounds. This is probably one of my favorite mini dungeons in the entire series, just because you use every single one of your items at least once, and there is a lot of variety in what we do here. So personally, I am excited for this, even though I think a lot of people do not share that same sentiment, but we'll see how I feel once we're done with it, all right? Take care, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and prepare for the end because we are certainly getting there. Thank you, I was looking for some foot physics there, but they simply were not giving it to me. See you guys next time.